Hello viewers, you welcome to another news hour on Jamano Media and Products. We first begin with our headlines. 6 charged with abusing children at Penny Appeal Orphanage. Fire raises house in Birkama Nyambai. Woman takes ex-husband to court for threatening violence. Majak launches capacity building project for CSO's community media. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. The Attorney General has filed charges against 6 officials of Penny Appeal Orphanage in Kirsiring, accusing them of abusing and causing harm to several children at the orphanage. The 6 Musa Kamara, Mai Mankara, Kausu Magnera, Sidi Haidara, Muhammad Haidara, and Jere Sanyang are charged with negligent act accusing harm to several children between the ages of 9 and 12 under their care. Mai Mankara is charged with common assault for unlawfully beating a 12-year-old child and several children and locking them in a store. It is alleged that Jere Sanyang and Kausu Mankara, been residents of the orphanage in Kirsiring between 2019 and July 2022, engaged in sexual acts with a 9 and 12-year-old boys. The state also alleged that Kausu Mankara and Jere Sanyang at the orphanage unlawfully had carnal knowledge of several children against the order of nature. Sidi Haidara and Muhammad Haidara were also accused of unlawfully and indecent assaulting a 9 and a 12-year boys under their care between 2019 and 2022 at the orphanage. A fire outbreak in Birkama Nyambai has destroyed the house of one Suleiman Sanyang, who said his family lost cash and materials worth $73,000. Mr. Sanyang told the Standard that the fire was caused by an electric problem which started and destroyed his 3-bedroom apartment. He lost everything he have ever got in the fire. He is left with nothing more than the clothes he is currently wearing, as the fire has consumed all their clothes and valuable items, bringing him back to zero, he said. Mr. Sanya thanked his neighbors for their timely intervention, which prevented loss of life, and called on the government and other agencies to help him with immediate relief to settle his family. One for the CDB has denied allegations that he threatened to kill his ex-wife with a broken bottle at Kirsiring at her restaurant in Kololi. He is charged with 1 count of threatening violence, according to the charge on the 8th of November 2021 at Hadifai's restaurant in Kololi. The accused with intent to intimidate, threatening to kill her with a broken glass bottle, thereby committing an offense. Standing trial before Magistrate Ibrahim Akoli, the accused yesterday told the court that he only went to her restaurant to inquire about his gold jewelry. When he was going to his ex-wife's restaurant, he was holding 2 bottles containing beer. He did not threaten to kill her. He went there to ask. She answered him positively and walk out of the restaurant, Sidibe told the court. During cross-examination, the police prosecutor Mbaji put it to the accused that if there was no threat, why would his ex-wife lodge the complaint to the police? He responded when he asked her about the pieces of jewelry, and she told him she has them in her handbag. He left. Probably she saw a threat. The matter is adjourned to 24th May for judgment. The Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, MAJAC, Tuesday launched a project meant to build the capacity of 12 civil society members and community media staff on web management, public speaking, and other forms of communication. The project, dubbed Outreach, the Bottom-Up Expanding the Civil Spaces, OBECS, is funded by Civil Society in Development, CISU, and aimed at boosting the community skills of CSOs and community media journalists to proactively engage their audience. Mrs. Meta Keita, project assistant said the project will empower CSOs with skills to create and sustain interactive radio concepts and content in local languages, develop web and social media platforms, and facilitate meetings with mutual learning and CBOs, all geared towards sustaining and encouraging interactive dialogue with their audience. The current state of this country calls for emboldening CSOs. This can only be achieved if organizations and institutions like MAJAC continually build the capacity of COOs members to effectively carry out their roles of holding the government and its institutions to account for their actions and inactions. This is also in line with the primary role of journalism, though the need for including community media in this project so that CSOs can reach out to their target communities using the community media, she said. She added that the Academy has over the years built the capacity of many civil society members in different thematic areas, including advocacy and the use of digital media, and should be acknowledged for empowering community media staff with knowledge and skills of relevant to their work. Mr. Alaji Cham, representing the executive director of Tango, said civil society organizations are a driving force to successful policy advocacy and implementation in most societies. He said that CSOs and the media are able to thrive better in a democratically stable country where policies are favorable. He further thanked MAJAC for building the capacity of Gambian COS. Muhammad Esba, president of the Gambia Press Union, said the project came at a time when the Gambia is experiencing a lot of pending reforms agenda, such as constitutional and legal reform, transitional justice reform, and security sector reform, among other reforms that are relevant to the people of the Gambia. In their work today, which is characterized by absolute social injustice, poverty, corruption, bad governance, and injustice distribution of wealth, among other things, he believed the only sector that can save the people of the world from these man-made menaces are vibrant media and COS, Mr. Ba said. Mr. Ba further called on the COS and the community media staff to make the best use of the training, saying that the knowledge and skill they will acquire will help them in their services to their audience. Those were the stories for our today's newscast. But before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap on the top stories. 6 charged with abusing children at Penny Appeal Orphanage. Fire raises house in Birkama, Nyambai. Woman takes ex-husband to court for threatening violence. MAJAC launches capacity building project for CSO's community media. Those were the stories of our today's newscast. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria McGillen. Do have a nice day.